Hello everyone, my name is Timothy Lee Grant. Today we are going to be attempting to solve a LeetCode problem. So, which LeetCode problem? I don't really know. Am I going to be able to solve it? I also don't know. So, I am not a professional at LeetCode whatsoever. And that's kind of the fun of this right here. So, trying to figure out, like, okay, can I figure out how to solve it? If I run into an error or something that I don't understand, how do I go and try to fix it? So, the context to uh, my skill, I guess you could say, or my understanding of LeetCode is I was studying a little while ago and I stopped about maybe a month. So just because work got pretty intense, so I needed to put a lot of my energy in my projects at work. Now things are cooling down a little bit more at work, so I'm able to go back. And the purpose of today is kind of to refresh myself on some of the concepts that I previously learned, but now I'm like, oh, I've probably forgotten a lot. So today's kind of like a refresher. I thought it would be nice to kind of bring you guys along with me to uh, go on this journey. And it's not someone who is like really, I already know all of the answers. I'm kind of like discovering it with you guys. So, what I like to do here is to try to figure out, like, okay, well, which topic am I going to study? Because I don't like to just randomly do LeetCode problems. I like to actually figure out, like, oh, I'm going to do this topic and then really try to learn that topic. So I'm thinking something maybe in like binary search, or one of these trees, heap, depth first search, something like this. Not really dynamic programming. Let's go binary search. Let's see. What should we do? Do we want to start with an easy? Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's do an easy one. What's this? Sort queue. Insert. This seems like a pretty basic level. Like getting my bearings back, trying to figure out, like, okay, well, what are the data types? Like, how do I actually manipulate it? What are the functions which I can use? As you see right here, I have my trusty copilot. So I might ask, like, the last problem that I was working on was heap problem. So I asked, like, how can I use heap functions in Python? List them out. So I got these, like, uh, functions which I'm able to use on the heap. So not this is the way that I kind of use Copilot. I don't ask it like solve the problem unless I'm completely stuck. And then I investigate, like, okay, well, how did this work? Why did it work? But normally when while I'm actively trying to solve the problem, I'll ask Copilot, like, what are the methods which are available to me, and go about kind of like asking a essentially like asking a second person, hey, do you have any hints for me, or something like this. So that's the way that I like to use Copilot. It is so helpful. It's so helpful when you use it in this way. Okay, anyways, starting off, number 35, search, insert, position. Okay, so given a sorted array of distinct integers and a target value. Okay, so let's see, we have a list right here of integers, which is going to be stored in the nums. Okay, so, and a target value. So here's our target. Yeah. Return the index of the target, or return the index if the target is found. If not, return the index where it would be if it were inserted in order. Okay. So you must write an algorithm in login time. So immediately what I'm thinking is, okay, so there's two conditions, like if the number or the target is within the list and if the target is not within the list, both of which are going to return something. The first one is going to return the index uh, that the target is at. Okay, so because nums is a list, it's going to be a list containing numbers, and then the target is going to be one of those numbers, and I just need to return the index which that target is found. Okay, then the second condition is it's not in the list. So you have these numbers, but it's not in the list. Where would it be if this number were to be inserted? So this list is a does it explicitly say that it was a binary search? Because I know that I used a binary, or that I know that I clicked on the binary search tab in LeetCode, but I don't think it explicitly said that it was a binary search. So given a sorted array of distinct integers, so it's just sorted. Okay, so that just means it's like increasing order, right? It's not a binary search. Okay, well, I'm just going to go with what the problem says, and the problem says that it is sorted, that this list is sorted. Okay. And it has to be this complexity. So let me look at the examples and see input. Okay, nums is equal to 1, 3, 5, 6. Okay, so yeah, it is like increasing orders. Okay, target is 5, yeah. Target 2. And then, so it's increasing. We get a number which is 5. 5 is within this list, so we get 0, 1, 2. It's the 2th index, so that's what we output. So 2 is not, this target is 2, so 2 is not in this list, but it would be inserted right here. So it's the 0th index, then the first index, and that's what we give right there. Okay, so target 7, and so 0, 1, 2, 3, and it would go right here, so that would be index 4. Okay. So how do we actually accomplish this? The easiest way that is obviously the brute force method, but that does not adhere to this constraint right here. So the brute force method that would be, so for I in range nums, and then if let's see, so target is coming in, so if so I want to iterate over each of the indices of the number. So if nums of I is greater than target, return I minus 1, I believe that is. Okay, so does this work? So what I'm doing is I'm going to get this index, and I'm going to iterate through each of the indices. So I is going to be each of the indices. Then I have a target, so target is going to be 5. So I want to check if this index is, first I want to check if nums of I is equal to target. If so, return I. Okay, so this is the case right here that this target is found. So how I did that, let's see. So I'll come here and I'll go through each of the indices. So I check the 0th index and say, is it equal to the target? If no, then I go and check, is this one greater than the target? And so the way that I'm doing that is, or the reason that I'm doing greater than target is because let's say that we hit this case right here. So 2. So I want to go to the 0th index first, and I say, is it greater than the target? No, it's not greater than the target. So here, let me go to the index number 1. So now I is equal to 1, I check, and now this evaluates to 3. 3 is larger than the target, so I want to insert it into this position, and then this one is going to actually go here, and this array is going to expand. So I actually want to just return the I, and that means I can actually go like this, greater than or equal to, and delete this one. So I'm just combining them together like that. So then if it's in the list, it's going to be here. So we go 0, no, it's not equal to it. 3, no, it's not equal to it. 5, it is equal to it, so I want to return this index. Okay, so I believe this is the brute force method. I don't even think it will. Let's see what happens. It does not adhere to this constraint right here, so I don't even know if it will accept it. Probably just outright reject it. Let's see. Why didn't... Okay, so case 3. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay. If we run the for loop and then nothing, it didn't find it. So in this case, right, like 7, it didn't find it, and it did not hit the case where we got a value which is greater than, because the target is the greatest value. So if the target is the highest value, then it's never going to reach this condition where the number in the list is greater than or equal to the target. So in that case, what do we want to do? We just want to append to the last element. So what we can do for there is return and then length of nums. And length is going to return the actual number of elements in the array. So in this case, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4. But then when you're indexing, it's going to be the length minus 1. But because we want to add to the end, we actually just want the length. So instead of length minus 1, we want length. Okay, so like that. And I'm surprised that it actually does let me run the test results. But this does not satisfy the log of n constraint because I'm iterating through each element in the list during this for loop right here. So this is log of n right here. But this is how I would do the brute force method. Okay, so now how do I get this log of n? So I know that I have to use a binary search because that's the problem that I pressed on. But I'm trying to figure out, like, okay, I can't even remember. Can't even remember what because what I'm thinking right now is nums is not like already put in a binary search, right? Like, or sorry, is not a binary tree. So I don't have, I remember when I was doing binary search, I had like uh, left child, right child, and they were in a particular order. The way I'm thinking about doing this is I start in the middle and then see, is it greater than or equal to, or like greater than or less than or equal to, and then based off of that I keep searching in the middle of this ever shrinking array. So I don't know if that's actually binary search, but I think that this would satisfy the constraint of log of n. So I would take this array right here and then find the middle point, which would either be this one or this one. I guess that's a decision I'll have to make, figure out how to deal with that. And then, okay, I found the middle point. See, is it greater than or equal to? It's equal to, so I return this value. In this case, I would look at the middle point and say, is it greater than or equal to, or less than? It's less than, so then I now take this portion of the array, and then I'll say 6. Okay, is it greater than or equal to, or less than? It's still less than, so then it's the end of the array, so I need to return the out of bounds. So, okay. Let's see. Start equals 0. Stop equals length of nums. Okay, so maybe current. So cur equals what? Start plus stop divided by 2. Divided by 2, something like this. And then I want to cast it as an int. Okay. So for I range do I want to use a while loop maybe? Here, hold on. While current is less than stop. Okay, so in this while loop, I know that I'm going to change current. Current is actually going to be like middle point. So mid point. Midpoint is greater than stop. I'm going to be changing these values. Okay. I'm just going to write something and then go through it and see if I think that it works. And if not, maybe change things based off of that. So I know that I need to, like, let me just check. So, I'm going to be doing this right here. So I'm going to be changing midpoint to be the middle of the array. Okay, then what do I want to do? I want to check if nums of midpoint is greater than target, then I want to do something. If nums of midpoint is less than target, then I want to do something else. If nums of midpoint is equal to target, then I want to return midpoint. Okay, what do I want to do if the value in the array is greater than the target? So that case goes, I'm here, midpoint is 0, 1, 2, so midpoint is 2, and nums of 2 is 5, and the target is, actually I'm going to go here, and the target is 2, so the target, the midpoint is greater than. So I want to only look at this portion of the array. So I'm going to leave start alone. I'm going to leave start alone, and I'm going to change the stop position. Okay, so stop equals, what does stop equal? Well, it was this one, this index minus 1, so it was equals midpoint minus 1, okay? Then this one should be the inverse. So this should be start equals midpoint plus 1, okay? So I am not convinced with myself about this point here. So I need to think about this a little bit. While midpoint is less than stop, what stopping conditions, what is the stopping condition that I want? So these arrays are always going to be shrinking, right? Is it always going to hit one of these? Yeah, because any target has to be greater than, or less than, or equal to. There's only 3 options, so it's going to hit one of these 3. Is there indexing problems, though? I'm not sure if there's an indexing problem. I know what I could do, like, if... No, that's... So I want to stop when... Okay, let's say that it's not in the array. If it is in the array, I think we're okay. I think if like 5 is in the array, we are okay. So let's just go through one iteration, not one iteration, but one like example, doing this one where it is not in the array, and then we'll see maybe that there will be more clarity on what our stopping condition is and how we should actually deal with that scenario. Okay, so we start off here, and we say, okay, look at the nums. So midpoint is equal to like 5, right? So start plus stop is equal to 5. And then we want to look, is 5 greater than our target? So target is 2, so yes. So then we want stop is equal to midpoint minus 1. So that's going to be this one. So stop is now this right here, which is 1. Okay, so then these two are not going to execute. Then it comes back up to here, and I want to keep continuing, right? So I want to find, so stop is here, then it comes down here and changes midpoint to be, I don't know, maybe 3. Maybe it, because it's an even number again. So midpoint, I'm just going to say is 3. Okay, so then it says if nums of, so if 3 is greater than target, which it is, then stop is midpoint minus 1. So that's 1 minus 1. So now we're at the 0th index. Okay. So then what I want to do is it's not going to hit either of these two conditions. So it comes back up here. It looks at midpoint, which is start, stop. Okay, so we only have, it's 0 plus 0 divided by 2. So it's going to be 0. Okay, so then I want to look at this and say, is this one, it says right here, it's going to hit this condition where 1 is less than the target. So now midpoint is going, or start is going to be here. So I think the stopping condition is going to be something like if start is greater than stop, and I want them to run if it's equal to, right? Because I want this, but then I need to return this value, and once I break out, so the problem that I'm thinking right now, is, so how do I actually know that I need to return this value right here after I break out? So would that just be the current midpoint? Because I declared this variable outside of the while loop, so I can access it outside of the while loop. So could I do like return of midpoint plus 1, something like this, that adheres to, but I don't know if that always works. Would it be plus 1 minus 1 if it is the inverse case? So like if we found this, like if we were adjusting the start condition, what I could do is kind of like this. So if then return okay, so what would this, what would this be here? So, okay. Nums of midpoint of I. So this means that the target is smaller than the value which we are currently looking at. And we've run out of space. Like this is kind of constrained. It's a bracket here and a bracket there, so these two are hi. Okay, time for more coffee. Okay, so I want to return the midpoint brain is drawing a blank. I hate this feeling. Okay, what am I doing right now? If nums of midpoint is greater than the target. So nums of midpoint is greater than the target. So blank 1. This one is going to be if midpoint blank 1 as well. And I don't know if this is going to be a plus or a minus. Let's see. I mean, the easy way is kind of just like guessing and then seeing if it turns out correct, but I don't think that that's a very good method. I should be able to analyze it and kind of be like, oh, okay, it's this. But I'm kind of having difficulty actually visualizing any of these scenarios. So midpoint, num of midpoint is greater than target. So that corresponds to, like, we came here, nums of midpoint is greater than target, so we adjust the stop to be here. Okay, so now if, let's just say that we hit that, we want it to be this one plus 1, right? Plus 1, I think. Plus 1. Maybe. Okay, so this one, let's just say, like, we hit that it's less than target, so is less than target, so we're here, and it's less than target, okay, so it's less, then what do we want to do? We also want to do plus 1. Plus 1. Is that correct? Can it be? Come on. Oh, darn. My output is is 3 expected 2. That sucks. Why? All 3 of them failed. Okay. Target is 5, output is 3, expected 2. 0, 1, 2. Wait, shouldn't it hit this condition though? Print. Hit this condition. Print midpoint. Why? Should hit that condition, right? What? Wait, are these integers? Int. Okay. Print midpoint. Okay. Let's see. Wait, where's my console? Well, start is less than stop. Oh. Okay. Let's see. The submit. Is it? Oh. Okay. Alright, so wrong answer where? Target is 0. See, wouldn't that be the case? Maybe I was onto something when I was saying that it needs to be the different based off of these two. That's why I was kind of saying, like, it feels like it should be different based off these two. So if we're at 0, so if this number is greater than, so if this number is greater than the target, which is 0, I want to return this one. I want to return this one, not this one minus 1. I want to return this one because everything else is going to be shifted. So in this case, I want to return midpoint. Let me try this. Let's just see. Oh, come on. Why? 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 Oh, hold on a second. Like this? Like that? No. Expected 1. Wait, now I'm just like kind of randomly changing things. I don't know. Okay. Alright, this isn't very good. Hey, why did I change that? That's not what I meant to change. I meant midpoint plus 1. This is what I just said that I don't think is correct, but I'm just trying things that I have no idea. Okay, yeah, I don't think so. So now I need to figure out. Let me just go back and try to investigate things. Investigation time. Okay. So I don't like how they show the solution right there. I don't want to see it. I wanna solve it. Let's see. What is this? So expected 1 because target is 2. Why? Why the hell is this? So I see that I'm printing 3, and then 3 is greater than the target, which is 2. So then I come here and I assign stop equal to 3 minus 1, which is 2. So now start is equal to 0. Stop is equal to, I just said 2. So 0 is less than 2. Yeah, that. No, isn't that? Shouldn't. Yeah, this should be like that. Why would it? It would always be start is less than stop. I want to keep going. Oh, I see. I want to keep going. Yeah, I want to keep going while this is true. But then if this statement is true, I want to stop. So we need to flip those around. So if start, stop, I want to return the midpoint. If start, stop, midpoint. Is that even remotely? No. Okay. All out of coffee. So nums is 1 and 3. Target is 0. So standard output is 2. Our standard output is 1, and I return 2. And it's 0, so it should be here. There, and then I subtract 1. So I get to this 1. So I'm at 3. Okay, and then 3 is greater than my target, which is here. So then I adjust stop to be midpoint minus 1. So now it's right here. Okay. So then if start, which is 0, is greater than stop, which is 1, return midpoint. So that does not start. 0 is not greater than stop. Okay. So then comes here, num of midpoint, and I did not adjust midpoint in this section. So this should not hit. Okay. Then come down here, and it's not going to hit this one either. So it's going to come back up to here. And now I adjusted stop. So stop is now equal to this 0. 0th index. But why is it not printing that? Let me just... Let me just run this and see. Okay, so 1 inside of here, as then it is coming through so it's hitting this right here. Target is 0, 1 inside. Output is 2. Why 2? Stop inside of, and then I also want to print the out. I don't know, man. I really don't know. Print whatever F. I forget the syntax for this. Printing midpoint, something like this. I have no idea. Well, that's unfortunate. I have no idea at all how to solve this. I don't know where my mistake is. So, Copilot. can you tell me the errors in my code that are causing this to fail? And problem statement would be description. Okay. Incorrect adjustment of stop boundary. When nums of midpoint is greater than target, stop should be set to midpoint, not midpoint minus 1. Why? Okay. Incorrect adjustment of start boundary. When nums of midpoint is less than target, start should be set to midpoint plus 1. First off, let me just try that. Try those two changes and see if it works. And then if it does work, then go and try to investigate like why it worked. I don't want to be thinking about it and then it's it's the wrong thing. So it says nums of midpoint is greater than target. Should be set to midpoint. So greater than target, this midpoint should be set to that, right? Stop should be set to midpoint under this condition, not midpoint minus 1. Okay, so start under nums is less than target, so is less than target, it should be, we're going to be adjusting the start. Start should be midpoint plus 1. Wait, isn't that what I have? That's what I have, right? I hate this. I hate this so much. That's what I have. So I don't get that. Why is it telling me that? Isn't that literally what I have though? Start boundary. Yes. Start boundary is being adjusted. Right. Let me just take out these prints. Let's make it cleaner maybe. Maybe that's kind of what's throwing me off. I don't know. Okay. So now, I'll print that out of there too. So, looking at this, under this condition right here, the stop should be adjusted to midpoint. So stop should be set to midpoint, not midpoint minus 1. Not midpoint minus 1. Okay, so now start boundary, when nums of midpoint is less than target, nums of midpoint is less than target, start should be set to midpoint plus 1. Midpoint plus 1, yes. Okay. That's what I have. Let me possibly let me just go like this. And then I can paste it. Whoops, that sucked. It doesn't do that. Doesn't do spaces. Okay, that's unfortunate. I was just gonna see, like, does it actually work? And then if so, investigate. But I can't even do that. So start, stop. Okay, I guess since I can't copy and paste it in, I will do it the opposite way. Redundant. Yeah, I know. Boundary conditions. Outside. Okay, this one is irrelevant. It doesn't matter. Corrected stop condition inside the loop. Inside the loop. Okay. So the way that they're doing it is this should have the same effect, like if else. But I want to know why my code doesn't work. I mean, obviously I could just easily copy and paste that into here, but I still don't know. Like it didn't tell me why my code didn't work. Can you tell me why and where my code had the issue? Leave as many lines of code unchanged as possible when fixing. Something like this, maybe. Here's the original part of your code issue that exists. Okay, let's address these issues. When nums of target, you should set stop to midpoint instead of. Do I have that? Oh, I'm not seeing midpoint. I do though. Okay. To include the current instead of midpoint -1, to include the current midpoint in the next comparison. Okay. So I guess what this is telling me is when I am changing the boundaries, I want to include that particular element within the boundary. So the boundary checks if start is greater than stop inside the loops are unnecessary and incorrect. Here's the model. Okay, so it just says that it's incorrect. Like, okay. There. So what I saw was it said return start. I don't know why we're going to be returning start. So while something pass, there we go. Okay, so if midpoint is greater than, nope, if nums of midpoint is greater than target, we do something. If nums of midpoint is less than target, we do something else. This is the equal condition, return a midpoint. Okay, so we want to adjust midpoint equals, I'm going to use this one up here. I saw that they use something different. I think that they use that one, which is like integer. And then they said that you don't need to declare this outside because it's not necessary. Okay, so while start is less than stop, that should remain the same. So now okay. In this case, what is this case? If nums of midpoint is greater than target, nums of midpoint is, so 5 is greater than the target. So if this is greater than the target, I want to adjust. Why would one be plus and then, or minus, and then the other one just not be something? Or just be that value? Because didn't we check that value? Why is it midpoint? One is midpoint minus 1, the other one is midpoint solid. That doesn't make sense. See, why is this one like that? Why is it just midpoint solid? I don't get that. I don't get that at all. Because I don't want to check it again, right? I don't want to check that same value. I just checked it. I just checked midpoint. I just checked midpoint. Why? What? But in this case, I know that I want to adjust because midpoint is greater than, so I want to adjust the stop. So it says midpoint. I don't know why it's not midpoint minus 1. Midpoint plus 1. Okay. But I still don't understand this. I really need to figure out like why. Okay. to Copilot. Code was did, but I still do not understand why I need to set stop equal to midpoint and not midpoint minus 1. Seems that seems like I'm checking that midpoint index during that specific iteration of the while loop. Can you walk me through an example where it fails to show me why I need to have the what was it, stop equals midpoint. Okay. Alright, so initial value is, okay, so here we go. Here is our array, 1, 3, 5, 6. Target is 5. Here. Setting stop equal midpoint. Okay. Initial values is 0 and 4. Here and here. Yep. First iteration. 0 plus 4 divided by 2. Int is 2. Yep. So now nums of 2 equals 5, which is equal to the target. Yes, it is. Target found at index 2, return 2. This works perfectly because midpoint is included in the next comparison when necessary. Okay. Okay, so setting stop equals midpoint. Let's revisit the same example with stop equals midpoint minus 1. Same thing, equal to the target. Wait, what? Can you show me an example where stop equals midpoint minus 1 fails? Okay. I'm not seeing it fail. Where does it? Okay. So 0 and 4, okay, whatever, we got that. So we're going off of this right here where the target is 6. So it should be right there. So I don't want to see the correct one. I want to see the fake, or the one that failed, because that's what I'm trying to figure out. Okay. So here. So start and stop is 4. That makes sense. That's what we've been working with. Nums of 2 of 5. So that makes sense. So we're nums of 2, 0, 1, 2. So we're looking here. Target is 6. Okay. Adjust start to be midpoint plus 1. So start is 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. Second iteration, we do 3 plus 4 is 3. Now nums of 3 is 7, greater than the target, so adjust stop to be this 2. Exit. Okay, maybe I'm gonna have to think about this. Maybe I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about this. I'm gonna have to draw it out. Kind of sucks that I wasn't able to completely solve it, but that's kind of the. Dang. Okay, well, this was an easy problem too, right? Like, yeah, easy. So, there we go. Got defeated by an easy. That's unfortunate. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to keep trying to improve my skills on these LeetCode problems. Apparently there's a lot of improvement to be had. So I'm going to keep improving my skills. I'm going to keep posting more videos. And hopefully I will be improving. I also kind of want, like, with these videos to be able to show, like, I don't want to say real person going through them, but like someone who's not, oh, I already have all of the answers. I already know how to do it. I'm already a professional. I'm already really good. I see a ton of those videos online. I kind of want to give these videos where it's like struggling through it and trying a person who's actually legitimately trying to understand the problem, and sometimes you get defeated. There we go. I got defeated. Not by a medium, not by a hard, not by a medium, by an easy. That kind of sucks. That's sad. But okay, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep posting videos. If you'd like, subscribe to the channel, and hopefully things will. Hopefully my skills will get better. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching this video. I will see you guys next time, and I'm going to be investigating this problem, figure out like why I failed, where my point is, because I still don't understand why I need to do that. I don't understand why I have to do this, like stop equals midpoint and not midpoint minus 1, because I don't think that because I just investigated that midpoint, so it doesn't make much sense. So anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys later.